Far beyond the Sapphire Mountains, hidden behind giant silver waterfalls, there existed a magical kingdom called Aquameris. The kingdom sparkled beneath glowing rivers and crystal lakes. Every stream carried magical energy that kept forests alive across the world. At the center of Aquameris flowed the Crystal Tide, a giant glowing river of ancient magic that connected every ocean, waterfall, and lake in existence. And protecting it was Nerissa, the water fairy. Her wings shimmered like blue moonlight over the sea, and wherever she flew, flowers bloomed beside rivers, and rain gently followed behind her. Unlike many powerful fairies, Nerissa disliked fighting. She believed water's true power came from healing, peace, and life. Every morning, she traveled across the kingdom, blessing rivers, calming storms, and helping lost sea creatures return home. Children laughed whenever warm summer rain appeared because they believed Nerissa was flying somewhere above the clouds. But one terrible morning, the waterfalls stopped flowing. The rivers became silent. Fish floated lifelessly near riverbanks while forests slowly began drying beneath the sun. Even the glowing crystal tide beneath Aquameris flickered weakly. Fear spread across the kingdom. Sea spirits gathered around the crystal waters, whispering nervously, "The heart pearl is fading." The heart pearl was the source of all water magic in the world. Hidden deep inside the abyssal ocean, it controlled every sea, river, rainstorm, and waterfall. Without it, all water would disappear forever. Suddenly, boom! A giant wave crashed into the kingdom walls. Dark water flooded the streets. Creatures made entirely of living shadows emerged from the ocean depths. Nerissa quickly raised her glowing hands. Massive spirals of water surrounded the kingdom, protecting everyone from the attack. But the shadow creatures kept multiplying. Then the sea oracle emerged from the crystal tide itself. Her glowing eyes filled with fear. "The heart pearl has been stolen." Silence covered the kingdom. No fairy had ever dared enter the abyssal ocean, the deepest and most dangerous sea in the world. Legends claimed giant sea dragons and forgotten monsters slept beneath its darkness. But Nerissa stepped forward fearlessly. "If the oceans are dying," she said softly, "then I must save them." That very night, Nerissa began her journey across the endless sea. Massive glowing whales guided her beneath moonlit waters, while giant waves crashed around her. For days she traveled through storms, whirlpools, and endless rain. Soon the water around her became colder, darker, silent. She had reached the abyssal ocean. The deeper she swam, the stranger the sea became. Glowing jellyfish floated through black water like tiny stars. Giant abandoned shipwrecks rested beneath the ocean floor. Then, suddenly, "Roo, roo, roo!" A gigantic shadow serpent burst from the darkness. Its glowing red eyes stared directly at Nerissa while black smoke flowed from its scales. The serpent attacked violently, creating massive tidal waves. Nerissa raised giant walls of water to protect herself. The creature struck again and again, but as Nerissa looked closer, she noticed something strange. Dark chains wrapped tightly around the serpent's body. "It's being controlled," she realized. Instead of attacking the creature, Nerissa used healing water magic. Soft blue light flowed from her hands. Slowly, the dark chains shattered apart. The serpent suddenly stopped attacking. Its glowing eyes turned peaceful blue once again. The great creature bowed respectfully before disappearing into the darkness. But Nerissa knew something far more dangerous waited below. After days of searching, she discovered an ancient underwater city hidden beneath the abyss. Broken crystal towers rose from the ocean floor while glowing statues stood frozen in silence. It was the lost kingdom of Thalassar, a civilization destroyed centuries ago. At the center of the ruined city stood a giant black fortress. Inside it, Nerissa sensed the heart pearl. As she entered the fortress, cold whispers echoed through the halls. "You cannot save this world. The oceans belong to darkness now." Shadow creatures crawled across the walls and ceiling, surrounding her from every direction. Nerissa fought bravely, summoning giant water dragons and glowing tidal shields. But the deeper she traveled, the weaker her powers became. Finally, she reached the throne chamber, and there, a giant sea dragon rested beside the stolen heart pearl. Its scales were black as night. Its glowing eyes burned with sadness and rage. The dragon slowly opened its enormous wings. "I am Morvath," it growled. Guardian of the Abyss, Nerissa prepared for battle. But then, she noticed something shocking. Morvath was crying. Dark tears flowed from the dragon's eyes into the ocean. Long ago, humans hunted Morvath's family for their magical scales. His kingdom was destroyed. The oceans abandoned him, so he stole the heart pearl to make the world suffer the same pain he carried inside. Nerissa slowly lowered her hands. "You are not evil," she said gently. "You are hurt." The dragon roared angrily, but Nerissa did not attack. Instead, she used her healing magic to show Morvath memories of peaceful oceans, laughing children, and sea creatures living happily beneath sunlight. For the first time in centuries, the dragon's rage began fading. The darkness surrounding his body slowly disappeared. Morvath looked at the glowing heart pearl beside him. Then quietly, he returned it. The moment Nerissa touched the heart pearl, boom! A gigantic explosion of blue light burst across the entire ocean. Massive glowing waves rushed through every sea and river in the world. Waterfalls began flowing once again. Rain returned to dying forests. Flowers bloomed beside rivers. The crystal tide beneath Aquamaris roared back to life, brighter than ever before. The sea spirits celebrated joyfully, while glowing whales leaped through the skies. And deep beneath the oceans, Morvath once again became the true guardian of the abyss. When Nerissa finally returned home, the entire kingdom welcomed her with glowing lanterns and crystal flowers. From that day on, every ocean, river, and rainstorm carried whispers of her courage. And whenever moonlight sparkles across water at night, people say the water fairy is still flying above the waves, protecting the heart of the oceans forever.